Hello everyone, this is ICBs here and today we are going to be talking about Loki Season 2. Apparently some critics have already come out before the season has been released properly. So the critics have watched the first 4 episodes, so let's see what the critics have to say about that. Okay, so interestingly this show's second season has a current rating of 78%, which is, and surprisingly this show has gotten a 78% Rotten Tomatoes score, which is really surprising to me because the first season got a 92%, and it is surprising because these professional quote-unquote critiquers will give a good score to a really bad show. So this is surprising to see them give a 78% score to Loki, which doesn't seem bad on the surface, but it is probably really bad if they are willing to go that down for this show. So let's hear what some of the critiquers have to say about it. Some are positive and some are negative. Let's see all of them, or most of them at least. So here's one review. Without getting into spoilers, starts out as a disappointment for the fans. So this is a professional reviewer saying that it's going to start out as an absolute disappointment. We'll see about that. But after episode 1 and 2, it finally finds its footings in episode 3 and 4. I am mixed so far on this series, but it will depend on the final 2 episodes. So this person, Zach Pope, who has reviewed this show, is already saying that after watching the 4 episodes, which is a major time run of the entire show, it has mixed feelings. So it has probably 6 total episodes. So he's saying that he's depending on the last 2 episodes, which is the same feeling that I had when I was watching Secret Invasion. And no, like when you said the show is depending on the last 2 episodes, it's probably not going to get good. Like Secret Invasion, I was hoping there would be some miracle, but no, that show sucked from beginning to the end. So if you have watched this show and it sucks during its beginning and its middle, then it's probably going to suck for the last 2 episodes as well. So another review says, even better than season 1, Marvel delivers their best storytelling since Endgame. That's a big claim. We'll see how good it is. Thrilling, epic, dark, but also still funny. I don't know how that's possible, but it's Marvel, why not? This new season makes Loki one of the best MCU characters. Kwon is fantastic addition while Wilson continues to deliver. I don't know, everyone's been mentioning Kwon. I don't know who this character is, but expect to see other reviewers also mention Kwon. I don't know who this character is. I don't know, like probably this guy or this guy, or this, I don't know. Another review says, as flat as the rest of the season can frequently be, the big problem is Jonathan Majors, who returns as yet another Kang variant. So yeah, Kang has been very disappointing in my opinion. I don't know, like I think he's really hyped up to be a big bad guy for Marvel, but looking at his progress and what he's done in the Marvel so far, I don't think that he's that much of a big guy. Like I don't think the problem isn't that whether he's a good guy or a good villain. I mean, the problem isn't that he's a good villain. The problem is that he just hasn't had much to do in Marvel yet. He was introduced way too early on in phase 4, and now he doesn't even have anything to do. Like they just introduced him and they forgot about him. So another reviewer says that it has taken Tom Hiddleston's trickster god and stripped him of his devilish guile. The character is reduced to a bloodless cover version of the anti-hero audiences have come to adore. Welcome to Hokey Loki karaoke. I don't know, like, but this last part is, I don't know why writers have to feel the pressure that they have to be quirky somehow. That really destroyed it, man. You have a good review, but you really destroyed it with this Hokey Loki karaoke thing. But yeah, I don't know if people are going to really enjoy this iteration of Loki. Like, we like him as a villain. We don't know, I don't know, like, if we're going to like him as a hero character, but we'll see. Another reviewer says, instead of digging into what makes Loki fun, the show's second season doubles down on season 1's worst technique tendencies. It's a drag when it should be thrilling, an exposition-filled trudge when it should be an exciting romp. So yeah, a big thing for season 1. It felt really exposition heavy. It was just people talking, sitting down and talking. That's what Marvel shows have been a lot recently, like people just sitting down in rooms and talking. Another review says, season 2 definitely doesn't suffer from the pitfalls that would make people continue to question if superhero fatigue is real or not. But through characterization, pacing, and too much self-awareness, it definitely feels like a different show. So they might be trying to do some things different, but I don't know if they're going to succeed. Like, this guy gave it a 3.5 out of 5, which is not a good score in my opinion. Another reviewer, 5 out of 10, states Tom Hiddleston's Loki is back for more multiverse shenanigans, but the absence of a director, Kate Herron, seems to have snapped the Willy fun from his Disney Plus spin-off. So yeah, 5 out of 10, and mostly mentions that the director was gone. Another reviewer says that season 1 was well loved and with a fan favorite character like Hiddleston's God of Mischief at the helm. Season 2 proves that the series not only hasn't lost its touch, but remains as one of the stronger pillars for the MCU as a whole. So I do think that Loki series is kind of carrying the multiverse story forward, but it's probably not very good. I mean, if you have a core series that is driving your entire narrative of phase 4 forward and it's not even that good, like season 1 was just something people watched and forgot, like that's not a good sign. Another reviewer says characters with compelling issues with high existential drama, quirky comedy, and world-threatening actions are blended together better than any Disney Plus show to date. We'll see about that. So obviously some are positive, some are negative. So I think those were kind of most of what the reviewers were said, but what do I think? What do I think this show is going to be like? Do I think it's going to be good, or do I think it's going to be bad? Usually when professional reviewers give this kind of a score, I would usually think, if I think a show is going to be bad, I would minus 10 points from this. So if the professional reviewers are giving it a 78, I'm going to think that the audience score might be around 68 or maybe lower than that. Or if it's going to fall on the good side, I might add 10 more points, so it might get 88%. But that's just my theory right now. I do think that it might fall more towards the bad side of things. Let me tell you what I think this show is going to be like. You remember watching Antman, right? The first movie was good, the second not so much, the third it was atrocious. But you know why the first movie was good? Because they had to bring in creativity, they had to invent things, so to say. They had to invent the wheel, right? But when it comes to making the second movie, the creativity is sucked out. They do everything that the first movie did, but they do it bigger and larger and louder. So if the first movie invented the wheel, they're just going to make a bigger wheel. But the thing about the wheel is that it's still a round shaped wheel. It's not anything new. So even if you do it bigger, audience are just going to get bored from it. It's not going to make audience hold their breath or anything. It's just what you've done before, just now you're doing it again. But yeah, when this show comes out, I'm definitely going to review it. But let me know what you guys think about this show. What are your thoughts? And as always, it's time for a goodbye.